what you want, when you want it, where you want it. This is The Mesh.
Footcandle Films. Film news and reviews from two guys who really like movies.
This episode is brought to you by the Footcandle Film Society. For a schedule of upcoming screenings and membership information, visit the Society's website at www.footcandle.org.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Footcandle Films here on the Mesh.tv podcast network. My name is Alan Jackson. With me, Chris Fry. We are both with the Footcandle Film Society, the annual Footcandle Film Festival, and here, gracing your audio earbuds or whatever device you're listening to this on, here with Footcandle Films podcast. Chris, how are you today? Thawed out? Everybody good?
I am good. I'm happy to be out of my house. We are back to recording in person this week, not over the internet.
Oh, yeah, that's right. We did do remote last week, didn't we?
We
because
did.
Of the snowpocalypse.
Yes.
Well, ice first. Ice was the thing that really knocked us out.
Yeah.
The snow this past weekend, not as bad.
Right.
But yeah, it's good to be back in the studio again. Thawed out, warm. Air conditioning is working. Heating is working. Life is good. So you ready to talk some movies?
Yeah, let's do it.
Well, today we're going to be discussing the latest film from Sam Raimi. It is Sand Help, starring Rachel McAdams and Dylan O'Brien. We'll be discussing that film, giving our review. Followed by that review, I've got some trailers to play for some upcoming movies that I'm curious/interested about that are going to be releasing in theaters in coming months. But we're going to play the trailers, give our little takes on what we're hearing and what we think on what we're being shown. And then I think, Chris, you do have a recommendation of a film for us that you'd like to share with us by the end of the episode. Something that Chris watches movies, so he likes to share with us a recommendation. You know, again, it used to be you and I would both give a recommendation, and I just couldn't keep up, man. So I trust your recommendations more than I would my own anyway. So I'm anxious to hear what Chris has to share with us as a film to consider checking out. So with that, we got our work cut out for us here. Are you ready to get started with our main review?
Let's do it.
Okay. This is Send Help by writer-director, well, no, not a writer in this situation, just director Sam Raimi.
I'm going to be frank with you. You are smart. I know that you are great with numbers, but I just don't think you got it. As an executive, I see no value in you. Does that make sense?
I'm sorry, what?
You know we have the Bangkok merger coming up. Prove me wrong. Oh, Linda, before you go, I forgot to mention I've received a few complaints about you.
Complaints?
Noxious odors.
Oh, God.
Take your seats if you're a little...
Sam Raimi made his mark on indie cinema, specifically that of low-budget horror with comedic tendencies and gross-out moments, with his 1981 film, The Evil Dead. With his subsequent films, Evil Dead 2 and Army of Darkness, he stayed mostly within this realm, dabbling briefly in the superhero genre in a way with Darkman in 1990. This dalliance may have had something to do with his fortune of landing the post to helm a Spider-Man trilogy with Sony Pictures starring Tobey Maguire in 2002. This wouldn't be his last entry in the superhero genre, as he was in the director's chair for Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness in 2022. With Send Help, Raimi returns to the territory that is more familiar to his early fan base, that of horror with dollops of comedy. What'd you make of Raimi's return, and most importantly, did you spot the Bruce Campbell cameo and the actor that had starred in many of the Evil Dead films and other of Raimi's work throughout the years?
I did spot the Bruce Campbell cameo.
Okay.
Very well done.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a little Easter egg hunt to find it, but yes, I did recall seeing it, and kind of the what's the meme of the with
DiCaprio, from
Leonardo DiCaprio doing the whole pointing at the screen.
Yes.
Yeah, that was kind of what I did when I saw it. I had a really good time with this movie. I think it was a lot of fun. I think it was a great Sam Raimi movie in that he took I'm not going to say it was a fairly straightforward, simple story.
Oh yeah, I didn't really. We haven't gone into the setup, so I guess we should do that.
Yeah,
why don't you run down? Because
So I'll give the little rundown of the setup here. So we have an employee and named Linda Little, kind of a put upon employee at this big, I don't know, hedge fund corporation, financial. They never really.
Yeah,
tell
they keep
you. It doesn't matter.
vague.
But she is someone who seems to have been disregarded for potential upgrade and promotion in the company after the company's boss, I guess, dies. CEO passes away. The son is the son of the CEO, who's like now named as
Yes.
the
You're correct.
president, and does not like Linda. Doesn't want to give her an opportunity to rise up into a role that she supposedly was promised she would get as a VP. So in an effort to try to prove herself, she gets to go on a trip with the new president and all of his tech bro friends, colleagues, to, I guess, some big show they're going to, or some big meeting or something in Asia. Plane crashes, and she and her new boss are the only two survivors, and this is about them on an island surviving and the twists and turns that comes along with that. So
Excellent.
did I do
summary
okay?
there.
I
Yeah,
don't
that was
normally
great.
synopsize these movies, but I think I did okay with that. So good. So given that, it's a fairly simple story.
Mm-hmm.
It's obviously a simple movie with two characters on an island as the primary setting for everything. But Sam Raimi took this and said, "How can I make it a little demented, a little more interesting, a little more fun?" And I think he succeeded in that. There was just enough moments of some really fun Sam Raimi, over the top, both sometimes silly, sometimes ridiculous, but also always entertaining moments in this film. And is buoyed by, I think, two really, really good performances. I enjoyed both Rachel McAdams and someone who I don't think is going to get as much talk, Dylan O'Brien. I thought was really good as the jerkish new boss. A lot of nuances in both of their performances that they had to negotiate, and I think they did it extremely well. Now, I will say, before I want to hear your thoughts on this, I did really like this film.
Okay.
I do feel the film spun its wheels a little bit late in the film. I love my twists and turns, Chris, but I also feel like there's a point where you can maybe go a little much with it, where it's almost like it doesn't allow any twist and turn to really revel in its own success. It's piling twist and turns on top of twist and turns. It got a little exhausting late in the film, but I think it redeemed itself by the end. I was happy with the ending. I was happy with the way it buttoned up. It's just, I do feel like it could have been just a bit tighter and just a little less need for a let's throw a curveball every 2 minutes, 3 minutes for a while in this film. That's my only feedback on it. I mean, I still really liked and had a really great time with it. Could have been a little tighter, but otherwise, everything else about it, I really thoroughly enjoyed. There's one plot point I can't talk about without spoiling that I think fell flat, that didn't work, and it kind of the movie kind of hinged on it, and I don't think it made sense.
Talking about the cliff.
No.
Okay.
I'll just say it was the raft.
Oh.
The mechanics behind a raft, or
Okay.
the reason for. Anyway, again, I can't really explain it without spoiling,
things.
so I'm not
Sure,
going to.
I understand.
It's one plot point of the film. I'm just like, that doesn't. I don't understand why that just happened.
Okay.
But it needed to happen, unfortunately, to make the entire rest of the movie work.
Okay.
So I understand why the writers put it in there. I just don't agree with it, the way it was handled. So I do think it's important to note this was not written by Sam Raimi. He typically has written most of his work. This was written by Damian Shannon and Mark Swift, who, looking at their filmographies, They wrote the Baywatch movie back in 2017, the whole kind of send-off Baywatch movie.
Right.
They did Friday the 13th, the redo version in 2009. They did Freddy versus Jason in 2003. So
comedy with a little bit of horror there.
yeah,
both,
comedy and
so
horror,
there's
they got that on
threads
there.
there.
I mean, granted, I have not seen all three of those movies that
Sure.
they wrote, but I dare say this is a stronger entry, I think, writing-wise than probably what they've done.
This is a resume builder.
But it was interesting that it was Sam Raimi just said, hey, okay, good script. I'll take it. Let me do something with that. And it was fun. Okay. So that was my take on Send Help. I did really like it. I had a lot of fun. I think it was a really good time at the movies. I think this is the kind of movie I wish there were more of, where it was original movie, very character driven by some really strong performances, but letting the director also just have his flourishes and just having fun with the material to where it's a good time in the movie theater. So
Yeah.
that's what I was happy with. So Chris, what were your thoughts on Send Help?
I could not have had a better going movie experience than I did watching this
Nice.
film.
Okay.
Now, does this mean this is going to be my number one movie of the year? No.
No.
But what I mean is, all I knew about this movie going in was I'd seen the poster. I knew the stars. Actually, I didn't even know Dylan O'Brien. I knew Rachel McAdams because her face was more prominent on the poster. So I knew her and I knew the director. And that's it.
Yeah.
Now, I know this is going to be in contrast to a later segment in our show. I hadn't seen a trailer.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So
you really
I
went in
knew
completely
like, okay,
pretty
Island, and the tagline on the poster is something like, her position at the company. So I was like, okay, I kind of get it. And I kind of knew, like, I had a vague idea of the premise. But I just really enjoyed not really knowing. I mean, granted, they're stuck on an island. Okay, there are only two people. Okay, so dynamics there, you can kind of guess, okay, one of 3 or 4 different things is going to happen, but more or less, I kind of know where this movie is going to end up. But with Sam Raimi kind of in the director's chair, granted, he didn't write it, but his kind of chaotic nature made it really enjoyable, and it actually, to me, felt a little bit more, which I enjoyed, complicated than it had to be. Like, there were several shifts with each character, and you're like, wait, and like, where are my sympathies lying necessarily?
Yep,
And
they did really good with
Didn't have
that.
to be that complicated, but I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Now, to your point of this, okay, take a drink. The movie is an hour and 53 minutes. Could it have been honed in and made a little bit slicker, like 90 minutes or so? Yeah, it probably could have been. And some of the spinning wheels may have been taken care of. But I guess in my head, I was thinking a lot about, this is Sam Raimi, he of Evil Dead, Evil Dead 2, Army of Darkness. Shagginess, I kind of expect in a way.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that it's like, kind of like Tim Burton going and making Beetlejuice, seeming to have a lot of fun with that. Sam Raimi, I'm assuming, was having a lot of fun making this. And he stuck in things that diehard fans will probably love. Moviegoers that aren't as familiar with like the Evil Dead stuff probably will like roll their eyes and be like, "Well, that was stupid." But it's like Sam Raimi's like, "Yeah, and I don't care."
Right.
There's a jump scare at one point when a character is kind of coming out of a dream sequence.
Yeah.
And it's like looks like it could have been a prop from the Evil Dead.
Yes. I know
And
what
it's
you're
like,
talking about.
and I laughed and I was
great.
like, yeah, and the people in the theater with me, they also laughed and they seemed to be kind of on board
Yeah.
with what was happening. So, yeah, I couldn't have had a better time with the film. I really enjoyed it. You had the one, we'll have to talk, don't want to ruin anything. You had the one thing with the raft. I have a question about the cliff, but
Okay.
we'll save
Yeah.
that because I don't want to ruin anything.
I get it.
But I really, and towards the end of the film, kind of the last scene before the epilogue, there was a moment where I thought things were going to veer into an unbelievable Hollywood type ending. And I was like, wait, are they really? But no, a phrase that gets tossed back and forth between the two of them is said by one character and it like triggers the other one like, okay. And that kind of won me back over to being like, no, everything's going to be okay. I'm going to be happy with the ending. And I was.
Well, not that everything's going to be okay, but you're going to be okay with the ending.
I'm gonna be okay
You're
with
going
the
to be
ending.
okay with it.
Yeah. So
right.
this is a perfect kind of not going to be up for any Oscars. Although, like you say, there are some moments with both characters sitting around a campfire who are like, huh, this is going a little bit more serious
Yeah.
than I actually thought. And like the level of both actors to be able to kind of switch gears and manage tone and everything, like really kind of impressive.
And again, these are complex performances these two are having to give. You've got a certain archetype that each of them are playing at the beginning that's very identifiable. I mean, in the first 10 minutes of this movie, we know exactly who these two characters are.
Right.
We know them.
And so
It's
knowing
like,
that, you're
but-
like, how is this going to last and
Right.
keep me entertained?
But- I think in hindsight, looking back, even those first 10 minutes, you can, after watching the entire movie,
Oh, yeah.
you could go backwards and be like, okay, there's actually some maybe little things about their
that I can
characters
pick up. Yeah.
could have given me a different slant on who they are,
Right.
really. And I'm like, all right, that's actually really, really interesting. That I like the choices that were made there. But yeah, I think these two performances were just great. Again, I always think Rachel McAdams is good. I think she's a very good actress. I think she's very good both comedically. She seemed really on board with whatever Sam Raimi wanted her to do.
Yeah.
I always liked her as an actress. I think she's great. Dylan O'Brien, I can't really think of anything I've ever. Well, he did play Dan Aykroyd in the Saturday Night movie.
He did.
I thought he was very good with that. But this was just a great performance. I mean, there are just times where, I mean, there's a laugh he has that when I hear it in the trailer, and believe me, I've seen this trailer way too many times because
You do work in a
in
theater.
a movie theater,
Yes.
I do see this trailer quite a bit. But there's a laugh that he has that in the trailer is just grating. You're just like, oh, yeah, I'm going to hate this guy. But then there's a couple times it's used in the movie. It was like, oh, no, it's a defense mechanism. It's a little bit of there's a lot more depth to this guy.
Oh, yeah.
And I like the fact that, again, we're not going to spoil anything, but I like the fact that the story doesn't necessarily go always the way you expect it to, given the setup in the early part of the film. I don't think. So
Right.
anyway, that being said, yeah, I do think this is a lot of fun.
Yeah,
A lot of fun
I
theater.
recommend it for people who, don't mind, because there are horror elements and
Yeah,
violence.
there's gore.
And, but you like a little bit of silliness, maybe. So it's not heavy, because this film is not heavy. That's what I find enjoyable. It's like a comedic horror. It's not heavy. It's a good time at the theater. It's the
You don't
character-
mind seeing people do despicable things,
Right.
but also get a laugh out of it when they happen. I mean, it's like,
Right.
yeah. And I will tell you, probably just a great joy scene in this film. And it's great because it's implied gore, but yet it does a really good job of leading you on. I'll just say it's yes, it is a scene where
with a
she
knife.
is, yes, and where she is working to instill a sense of compliance with
Yes.
her partner. And that whole scene, it's going down a path where I'm just like, oh my gosh, this is crazy.
It's a little
And
disturbing.
it's like,
very disturbing.
and I keep thinking, are we going to see any of this? Because it's like, oh my gosh, I don't want to see it, but I could almost imagine Sam Raimi may have fun in just showing
Sure,
some.
yeah.
But then it takes a quick turn. I'm like, oh, okay, that was good. You got me.
Well played.
You got me. Very, very nice. So anyway, that was a good example of the kind of fun I think that you have with this film. So
Sure.
very, very good. Is there anything else you want to call out about the film? Anything else you thought was interesting or critique at all?
I mentioned in the setup a lot of other films that Sam Raimi's made. I hope that he stays out of the superhero wheelhouse for a while. I would like to see him make, now whether he writes them or he has, interesting scripts come his way, but I want to see his brand of odd film out there as opposed to being homogenized into doing a biopic or doing a
Yeah.
Marvel film. And actually I didn't really care for the Doctor Strange film that he made that much. I guess it was different because it added his touch to it, but this is the kind of Sam Raimi
Sure.
fare I want to see. So
Well, so just to give a little background. So Sam
Sure.
Raimi wants to make superhero movies
does
so
he? Well,
badly.
then okay,
He
fine.
really does. And I think, getting Doctor Strange, it was kind of like, yes, he finally was
Got to
given
do
a
it.
chance to do it. And
Okay.
yeah, the movie didn't work great. I I actually had a really good time with it, but I know it didn't work for everybody, and it wasn't the most successful film it could have been. But my gosh, it was so much better than the Oz the Great and Powerful that he did
Right.
back in 2013, which was the movie he did before Doctor Strange, which was 9 years earlier.
Right.
There were 9 years between movies.
When I actually, I'd have to see it again. I actually liked Oz the Great and Powerful. Okay.
I don't think I did.
Okay.
I think looking back at my review, I wasn't a fan of it.
I'll have to look on Letterboxd and see what I thought of it.
Well, it's more disappointing that, he did the Spider-Man trilogy, which,
Yes.
2 of those 3 films were really good.
Right.
He did Drag Me to Hell in 2009, which I really liked.
I think I have seen, maybe I've recommended it on the show,
Yeah.
but I think I've seen it and I liked that.
And in Drag Me to Hell is the closest equivalent to Send Help. It's a
Right.
very similar horror/comedy, a lead protagonist that you have changing opinions about how you feel about. It's a very similar film, and it let him kind of just play and have fun with it, which was great too. So, I definitely like these movies that he makes. But the rumor is that he desperately wants to do Batman.
Well,
I would
I am
be
not
very
into-
happy to
I am
see a
very
Sam
scared of
Raimi.
that because I don't want to see that. But
I
hear
do
you.
though. But I get
And
it.
I just,
I get it.
It would be a very interesting take on Batman.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
I think Sam Raimi's got a lot of juice in him still.
He does.
for this
He does.
stuff.
Yeah,
and
sure.
I want him to do whatever he wants to do. Is what I'm looking for.
Understood.
And I don't want him to feel like he has to do any franchise or sequels out of obligation. I hope it's because he can just really have fun and do something creative with something. So anyway,
I'd be more likely to want to see his version of James Bond than I would.
okay, and that would be interesting too.
Right.
That would be very interesting. I could see that as well.
So I think I've seen what he can do with superhero films,
Yeah.
and James Bond.
Or he could just keep making these
yeah,
comedy horror
I'm
one-off
fine with
films
that.
and just have fun. That's fine too.
yeah.
I'm okay with that if that's where he stays. I'm happy there as well. All right. Well, that is Send Help. That is the latest film from director Sam Raimi, starring Rachel McAdams and Dylan O'Brien. We are both big fans of the movie, like it quite a bit. I got a couple minor quibbles with it, but nothing that's deterring my overall ability to recommend it to people. So very happy you had a good experience viewing it as well, Chris. All right. I tell you what, that went kind of quick, so let's just roll right into a couple trailers, and then we'll do a break in a little bit. So, is
Okay.
that okay with you? Yeah.
Sure.
Let's just go ahead and roll into it. We actually went. We were efficient with our review of Send Help.
Well, here's the thing. With Send Help, my experience was so heightened by not having anything spoiled.
Mm-hmm.
So we always try not to spoil anything. But with this film, you don't want to go into too much territory because you want everybody to have the same experience.
Yeah.
So I think we're being extra cautious.
Good. So we are saying it was a good time.
Yeah.
It was fun.
Yeah,
time.
I recommend it.
Gory, violent, fun,
Right.
but a good time. So
Not
all
a
right.
not a family film.
Oh no, not at all. Well, I'll tell you what, then let's do this. I'm going to show one trailer that we're going to talk about.
Okay.
Then we'll take a break.
Okay.
Then we'll come back and do a couple more, and then we'll do your recommendation. That's our game plan.
Okay.
For the show notes, make that note.
Yes.
That's what we're going to do. All right. So Chris and I like to watch trailers. No, we don't actually. We like to watch teaser trailers. We like to get
Correct.
a feel for films, but we don't like trailers that give too much information.
Correct.
So I don't know if any of these three are going to fall in that category. The second one, I'll go ahead and tell you, I'm not worried about because you'll see when we get to it.
Okay.
This first one, maybe. I have not seen it yet either, so we're going to watch it together. Hopefully it doesn't give us too much. The third one is more of a morbid curiosity for me.
There's a new Garfield film coming out.
No, but I mean, you're not too far off.
Oh. Okay.
So we'll get to it. Let me do this first one.
Sure.
I Love Boosters, which is a new film from director, oh my gosh, Boots Riley?
Yes.
Okay. Boots Riley, director. He did Sorry
Sorry to bother you.
to Bother You several years ago.
Right.
He did another film in between that, right? Did he not?
He did a TV series for a cable network. I don't know if it was Hulu or something like that. Something Virgo. And I didn't see it, but I saw
Okay.
a lot of people like it. But no, I think his last film was Sorry to Bother You.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I'm a Virgo.
Yes. Yeah.
Was that
so,
it?
Yeah.
That was
So
the
that was
one.
a series, wasn't a
Okay.
film. Limited series, but yeah.
Gotcha. So this is his new film. Sorry to Bother with You is 2018.
Okay.
This is his new film, I Love Boosters. It stars, gosh, I pulled up a place where the trailer is, and it gives me no information about the film. So I'm having to
Well,
go back.
That could be
I'm
a
not
good
gonna-
thing.
That may be a good thing.
Sure.
But tell you what, let's watch the trailer.
Okay.
Let's see what's going on with it, and then we can talk about it on the other side here. Okay? Here we go. This is the trailer for I Love Boosters.
What would be your biggest challenge in a job like this?
I shop here a lot, and I feel like I should have it all. Just want to take it all home, eat it up, and shoot it out my eyes. I just feel like, give it to me. It's mine anyway.
That is such a good answer.
Okay, that was the Red Band trailer for
I would assume so from one shot that was in it. Yes.
I Love Boosters, latest film from writer and director Boots Riley. So Chris, looks like we got Keke Palmer. We've got, gosh, I'm going to have to pull up a little bit more of a...
Will Poulter.
Will Poulter, Demi Moore, Ella Gonzalez. Gosh, I'm so out of sort. We're back in the studio, and I'm not a well-oiled machine today, Chris. None of my information's right here in front of me. I'm having
Lakeith
to go.
Stanfield, Don Cheadle.
Lakeith Stanfield. That's who I was looking for. Yep. Yeah. So it sounds like it's a film about people who break into apparel stores to steal the clothes and resell them, called Boosters. Chris, just initial quick thoughts on this trailer for I Love Boosters. Do you
this film?
love I Love Boosters?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
This was one of my, I believe it was alphabetical, so it wasn't really a ranking, but this was on my list of top 10 most anticipated films for 2026. It is still there. I want to see no other trailers. This teaser was fine because
Yeah.
it basically shows you the actors that are in it. And yeah, it's a well-made trailer, and it looks like it would come from nobody else other than Boots Riley. It has a lot of similarities, seemingly, to Sorry to Bother You. A lot of like crazy ideas, bright colors. Yeah, I'm very much on board for I Love Boosters. Can't wait to see it.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I'm very excited. I think this looks great. Anxious to see what comes out of it. Can I go ahead and make a prediction?
Sure.
I think there's a lot of people who said with the substance in Demi Moore that Demi Moore got some acclaim for her performance, but ultimately didn't get tons, or maybe people feel like she got overlooked in some awards categories for her performance there.
Right.
And I tend to not agree because I don't think her performance was that great in the substance.
Okay.
However, this may be the film that's like, oh no, Demi Moore knows what she can do and how to do it, because I liked what was going on with her performance in this trailer.
Well, and I think Boots Riley, his writing, I think probably gives her a little bit more, I don't know, not to do, because substance is a tough call. There's a lot going on there. But I agree. I think this could be a really good vehicle for Miss Moore. Yeah.
Naomi Aki, she was in Mickey 17, I believe.
Got you. Yeah.
In this trailer. I mentioned Isa Gonzalez, Hannah Align, and Poppy Lou. So yeah, interesting, fun cast. I think it looks great. Very excited.
Me too.
Do we have a date on
It
this?
said May 22nd.
May 22nd.
If that holds, you
Right,
never know.
Not too far to go on that. So good. Perfect. Okay, so that was I Love Boosters. I think we're on board with that. Let's take a quick little break. We'll come back. We got 2 other quick trailers to share and the recommendation. So you're listening to Foot Candle Films. We'll be right back in a moment.
Want to discover great podcasts or maybe even start one of your own? Welcome to The Mesh, Western North Carolina's podcast network built for creators and listeners alike. From local sports and business to comedy and culture, The Mesh is home to unique voices and fresh perspectives. Do you have something you want to say? The Mesh can help you bring your podcast to life with the tools, support, and platform you need to be heard. Check us out at themesh.tv, where great podcasts live and new ones are born.
Welcome back to Foot Candle Films here on the Mesh.tv podcast network. We were right in the middle of our trailer tapas section where we kind of give you little morsels of trailers of films that we are interested in checking out and we're interested in at least learning more about. Chris, I've got a trailer for you now that I'm just going to go ahead and say this comes out only in a couple more weeks. And
Okay.
I'm really working to make sure I have a way to see this soon. Because right now, this is my most eagerly anticipated movie experience in the next couple months.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
So,
I am curious what this is.
director Baz Luhrmann
Oh,
did a film a couple years ago, 3 years ago maybe, Elvis.
yes.
That was with lead actor. What is his name?
Yeah, I blanked on his name as soon as he was in the Bike Riders.
Austin Butler.
He was also, yes, there we go.
Austin
He was in
Butler
Dune.
and Tom Hanks in it. Well regarded. I liked it.
He
Thought it
got
was a
an
good
Academy
movie.
Award nomination
Did.
for it.
So it sounds like Baz Luhrmann's kind of into the Elvis world right now because
Apparently.
there is a concert documentary coming out February 27th called Epic, which is Elvis Presley in concert. Now that in itself, when I first heard, I'm like, okay, so it's just going to be a concert film that they're re-releasing of him in concert at some point. But it's Baz Luhrmann pulling a little bit of a Peter Jackson, and that
Yes.
is like
Good
finding unreleased backstage footage and documentary style footage to complement a concert film and to make it a more of an experience film. And I tell you, you see the trailer for this thing, I'm super jazzed. Have you seen it?
Yes.
Okay. Well, we're gonna watch it here just because I want to watch it again. Sure. And I think this will be a lot of fun. I'm hopeful that it lives up to what this trailer and the energy it tries to give off. So, this is the trailer, very short one for Elvis Presley in concert, subtitled Epic, EPIC. Directed by esteemed director Baz Luhrmann, and here we go.
We're caught in a trap. I can't walk out because I love you too much, baby.
There's been a lot written and a lot said, but never from my side of the story.
All right. That was the trailer for Epic, Elvis Presley in concert, directed by Baz Luhrmann. Not the ad immediately following it, cutting that off. So, Chris, thoughts on this overall experiment that seems to be going on that Baz Luhrmann's doing here?
So I'm assuming the way this footage was found was when he was making Elvis, he did have access to lots of stuff, maybe stuff that maybe the estate had never been willing to release some stuff, but then after they saw how he handled Elvis and his story, they're like, you know what? Tell you what, the vault is completely open. Just use whatever you want. We trust you. We think this is also, you're doing a great job. You obviously have a great love for Elvis and his story, and so. Like, I echo your comments. If this was just, it's an Elvis Presley concert film, even though I like the music of Elvis, I feel like it's been done. However, the fact that Baz Luhrmann has taken the time and is Peter Jacksoning, what he did for the Beatles, that's what, he's doing for Elvis. And Baz Luhrmann, even so, some people may hate it. I've always liked it. I kind of really became aware of his all over the place editing style, frenetic, colorful, just crazy with Moulin Rouge. It's my favorite film he's ever done.
Yeah.
I liked Elvis, but Moulin Rouge is like,
No, same
that's
here.
his thing. So the trailer has that very all over the place style. Some things are sped up, some things are slowed down, images just hitting the screen really fast. I'm like, okay, yeah. So this is more than just Elvis performing for an hour and a half or whatever. A lot of seemingly footage of Elvis almost kind of narrating the experience of this is what my life is like. I'm like, okay, yeah, that I am intrigued. And like the trailer tries to encourage you. I think it's a quote from one of the papers. See this in the biggest theater possible. Yeah, it's going to be more fun to see it in a movie theater. Absolutely.
Or yeah,
As most movies are, but
you don't have to go see it in the biggest screen possible. You could go see it in a modest size,
sure,
smaller theater too, and that I think that would be just as fun.
sure.
Selfish plug there.
Right.
Sorry.
Somewhere other than your TV at
Right.
home.
Yeah. Somewhere other than your TV set at home, I think is the key. Yeah. I'm super jazzed. I love concert films. I love music documentaries. I did really like Baz Luhrmann's Elvis. I'm fascinated by the Vegas time period of Elvis's career.
And that is something, okay, so this is my question, okay? So we've both said, yes, we're interested in this film. I do want to see it. Something that I wasn't really aware of, because I've never delved into the history of Elvis, that I became aware of with Baz Luhrmann's movie, Elvis, was the hostage nature of Elvis when he was in Vegas, okay? And if you want to know more about that, just go watch Elvis.
Yeah.
Now, with this film that's coming out, this concert, I hope that he doesn't lose that thread. Not that I want it to be exploited,
But that needs to
I
be
wanted it
something
to be there.
That needs to be something somewhat present.
Right. Because they say
To make
his
it more
time in
interesting,
Elvis, his residency, and like the film gave reasonings for that residency that were kind of dark.
Yeah.
And so this film is very glitzy and glamour, and you're wanting to see Elvis perform, but I hope they don't lose that. Well, there's some
That'll be
some
interesting to see
underbelly.
if there's
There's some
anything to that
underbelly
or
there.
not.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I hope that doesn't get glossed over
Yeah.
because I feel like that's, if I'm to believe his previous film, so I'm curious. Yeah.
Well, and I thought too, I mean, the Elvis, the Vegas residency bits in the Baz Luhrmann film were my favorite parts of that film. And I think they're Baz Luhrmann's too. I mean, I think that's
okay.
like,
Interesting.
that was the phase of Elvis's career. I think he wanted to speed up the movie to get to. It's
Gotcha.
like, because like you think about what parts of this guy's career most matched other Baz Luhrmann's films, Moulin Rouge, Romeo and Juliet and all that. It was the Vegas part of Elvis's career. So I think it's just a good match for him. It's one of those where it's a perfect match of director and style of performance and style of show. That's just, this just makes sense. So I'm excited about it.
I am as well.
February 27th, coming out in theaters worldwide. It's going to be coming out in IMAX first for a couple of weeks,
and I can
then
see
it goes
why
to
they
like
would do that,
all standard theaters after that. So yeah.
So I'm curious. The first two trailers were both from the Neon Studio.
Yeah.
I am curious.
This
I
last one's
somehow
not.
doubt that the last one is, because you kind of teased that this was something you were had a morbid curiosity about.
Curiosity on.
Okay.
It is a based on a already established IP, intellectual property. It is a new film coming out from Amazon MGM Studios. I don't know if it will be. I'm assuming it's in theaters June 5th.
Oh.
And it is a intellectual property that I was not big into because it came out. It started getting popular several years after I was young enough to appreciate this.
Okay.
You're a couple years younger than me. I still don't see you ever being in this either.
Okay.
Into this.
It's okay. Before you reveal any more, has this IP already had a movie made out of it before? Because I have no idea what you're talking about, but I'm curious. It has.
Yes.
Okay.
Not a very good one.
Okay.
And somewhat malaligned one. I mean, like not one people look at very favorably.
Okay.
Dolph Lundgren was in the original version.
Okay, I think I have a guess now.
Okay.
Is this He-Man Masters of the
Masters of the Universe?
Okay.
The
I saw the much maligned film. I saw that in the theater.
Did you really?
Absolutely.
Did you go see it because you were a fan of Masters of the Universe, or you went out of a obligation to a friend, or you
No, I watched the cartoon growing up. I even watched She-Ra just because she was on either directly before or after.
Again, it just missed me.
Sure.
Where like when it started coming out, I had just crossed over to being old enough to be like, it's just stupid. I don't know
It's
much.
dumb.
Right. So
Orko, what the hell is that?
Right, yeah, I don't get this.
Right.
But yeah, there is a new Masters of the Universe movie.
Okay. Who's directing it? Sam
That's
Raimi?
a very good question. Oh, that would be awesome.
It would. I would
That-
totally be on board with Sam Raimi.
I know we said you don't need to go do other IP Sam Raimi, but actually,
one that
a
I
Masters
care
of the Universe
nothing
one,
about, and that would make
actually
me
be
want to
really
see
good.
it. Yeah.
Yeah. Let me see. I did want to look up. I do not think it's anybody we're familiar with.
Okay. Well, I mean,
Let me see. Hold just a second. I'm pulling this up to find out. Director of this film is Travis Knight. Travis Knight has done.
he's new to me, I think.
Well, okay, interesting. He directed Kubo and the Two Strings.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So
Okay.
stop motion.
He also directed Bumblebee, which was part of the Transformers franchise, which actually, by all accounts, is like the better Transformers movie.
It was like a spin-off, but still, yeah, I've heard that it's.
So he
not
directed
that bad.
Bumblebee and Kubo and the Two Strings.
Okay.
So that's his two previous director credits. He's produced a lot of things. But yeah, this looks like a bit of a change
Yeah.
for him. He's really, he's got a lot of background in animation. He was actually a producer on Paranorman,
Okay.
The Box Trolls.
So he was a big
Missing
Leica.
Link.
He was a big Leica
Yep.
person.
And
Leica
he
Studios.
himself has like been in the animation department on many films as well.
So is this film animated?
no, it's live action.
It is live action.
It's live action, which is why it just feels very different.
Sure.
Than for him. But for those not aware, Master of the Universe. Let me see if I can give a somewhat of a synopsis of what the deal is with this movie. A young man on Earth discovers a fabulous secret legacy as the prince of an alien planet and must recover a magic sword and return home to protect his kingdom. There you go. Master of the Universe. This is He-Man, She-Ra, a whole bunch of other.
Is She-Ra going to be in this one? Okay.
Oh, no. She-Ra. Yeah, She-Ra was a spinoff, I guess. Okay, She-Ra's not in this movie.
Okay.
You got He-Man. You got Man-at-Arms.
Oh, yes.
Okay, you remember that's Idris Elba is playing
Okay.
Man-at-Arms. Alison Brie is playing Evil Lynn.
Oh, that'll be fun.
And playing Skeletor.
Oh, that's big shoes to fill.
Okay.
The Rock.
No, let's just have fun with this.
It's
Who-
The Rock,
No,
or
no.
it's the guy. I can't remember his name.
No, I want
Guardians
you-
of the Galaxy.
No. I want you to play with this. Let's have fun with this. We can do this. Skeletor. Now, really think about it. It's
Ben Stiller.
they picked an actor that
Christopher Walken.
no younger actor
Okay.
actor who's been around a while but is still relatively young. He was in another franchise movie this past year that we discussed and reviewed. The film did not fare very well, and many people are blaming this particular actor for having some of the reason why this film did not perform very well.
Oh.
So there were rumors, I think you and I even said in our conversation about said film, that this actor may be in a little bit of box office bad stigma right now.
That's not ringing a bell, but he was. So the film wasn't the Fantastic Four or Thunderbolts.
Nope.
Okay, so neither one of those.
No, it was a Disney franchise film. Has a colon in the title, which I know doesn't limit us down very much.
So it wasn't Zootopia 2.
No,
'cause
it
I
was a
didn't-
live action film.
live action film.
He was the, quote, lead character.
I'm totally blanking on that. Do you know if I saw it?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you saw it because we reviewed it.
Oh, gee whiz. Disney.
I mean, it's under the Walt Disney Company, but it was a live action, science fiction-y, had a good soundtrack, but that was,
Oh.
you know where I'm going.
Tron. And
Yes.
so the person in said film was Morbius.
You
What's
got
his
it.
face?
Yep. Yep.
What's his face?
Jared Leto.
There we go.
Jared Leto is playing Skeletor.
Okay.
Like Chris's,
All right.
Chris's opinion just is like went from oh no to oh wait a minute no okay
no. That's genius. That is genius.
all right okay.
That may be typecasting actually. Like a cackling Jared Leto. No,
I mean
totally.
he got to play Joker, and
true.
and whether you feel like that was successful or not, I did not. But this may be a little more his style. I don't know.
No, I think so. The Tron, yes. I mean, soundtrack interesting, looked amazing, but my problem with the film was them having him was his character, and it wasn't even necessarily him. It was a mess.
Yeah.
Ares was, and no, I think his Skeletor interesting.
Okay. Well, then that is
Wait,
that is what you're going to get.
Who did you say was playing He-Man?
Oh, so it's a guy we don't really know. I mean,
Okay.
we know him, but obviously they know who he is. We don't know him. Nicholas Galitzine.
So-
Galitzine.
I think, at least for me, an unknown.
Yeah.
At this point. Okay.
Which I think is the right move.
I agree.
I think that's cool. You take an unknown actor to play this iconic role. You surround them with some known supporting actors to play fanciful characters and let them go over the top with their performances. Marina Baccarin is the sorceress.
Oh yeah.
And Kristen Wiig is doing the voice of Roboto.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
So you see where they're going with this movie.
Yeah.
Got some interesting supporting cast in there playing these like really ridiculous characters. And then you got an unknown playing the main character. Yeah. I think if you're going to do it, this is the way to do it. And let's just see. I also get the impression it's probably going to be a little more humor infused than trying to take itself too seriously. Again, I'm predicting. I have not watched the trailer in its entirety yet. I've only seen a couple quick shots.
From what I
it.
recall of the previous version, Dolph Lundgren, Masters of the Universe. This one is also called Masters of the Universe.
Masters of the Universe.
Okay. No He-Man colon.
No,
Okay.
no colon.
From what I remember of the first one, part of the problem for me as a viewer, because I left kind of like meh, as apparently most moviegoers did when they saw it. Too much of it was based on Earth, and so it was too much of a real. So I think if you can slingshot it, because He-Man is goofy. It's on Eternia. It's all this whole thing like. It doesn't, it just feels dumb if you bring it to Earth. So fine if you want to start out on Earth, but I think if they can shift it, that would be to its advantage, because then you kind of throw out all rationale and all believability, So hopefully maybe they do that. I don't know.
Don't know. Why don't we watch the trailer and we'll see.
That's right. We have a trailer.
We have
This
you
isn't
watch the
just
trailer. No,
news.
that's not just news. This is
Awesome.
a trailer. There is
Awesome.
actual footage of this movie that exists now, and it will be releasing very soon. So here we are. This is the trailer for Masters of the Universe.
All that stuff that only exists in legends and bedtime stories. Talking tigers, spaceships, and magic swords that can make a man as mighty as a god. Where I come from, that stuff is real. Why did you send me away?
I wanted you to be safe. So I sent you to a place I knew that they'd never find you. Eris.
This obsession with nerd stuff and sword things, it's not a good look for human resources.
Okay, Chris, seeing as how you actually even threw out some terms from the Master of the Universe world that I was not aware of. So you know this world a little more than I do.
So me saying Orco makes me a Dorco. I get it.
Well, you even said the name of the planet where they are.
Eternia.
Let's see.
Well, the kingdom. I guess that's also the
Oh my
planet.
gosh.
Don't know.
See, I knew none of this. So that being said, what was your take on seeing the trailer now? Are you interested, excited, or
12-year-old me would have been over the moon and first in line to go see this movie. This is what I wanted when I saw the other version that came out all those years ago. It looks like, before we watched the trailer, I'd said like they made a mistake, too much on her, and like they solved that problem.
At least from the trailer, it
It
appears
looks like they
like
solved that
90% of the movie is in, where's the planet again? Or kingdom?
Eternia.
Eternia.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it looks like they're also not trying to take it too seriously, which I think is a wise move, where there's a little bit of humor in the trailer because the concept is kind of goofy. I mean, a character called He-Man, come on. It feels like kind of like the Mattel version of Guardians of the Galaxy, because it's someone on Earth. You give them this band of people that's going to come with them and say, So yeah, I think it stands a chance of, haven't seen the movie, obviously. If they bothered to at least put in more than 2 drafts of the script, it stands a chance of being pretty good. I could see, even if kids like, millennials and younger, because like you say, I'm kind of familiar with it. I don't know if they still show reruns of this thing.
Good question. I don't know.
I think if younger kids see this trailer, they're gonna be like, I want to see that movie. So it looks like they put enough effort into it that it could be kind of good, could be kind of fun.
I'm glad you mentioned the Guardians of the Galaxy thing, because I unabashedly,
even some of the shots of them walking.
I unabashedly love Guardians of the Galaxy, especially the original one, and I love it because you put together a really interesting cast of characters that have to work as a team, but yet there's all just different dynamics in it, and it's in a fantastical environment where they're even acknowledging how fantastical sometimes the things that they're in are around them. I love that. And if they can pull off that kind of vibe with this cast of characters and the story, acknowledging that it's so over the top and kind of ridiculous with its fanciful nature, but yet also treating it with some level of earnesty while also kind of being able to comment on its absurdity. I think there's a balance there that if you could strike that balance, it really works as a movie, and it could be a lot of fun.
Let me toss something out that we don't normally get into. I mean, we discuss it briefly sometimes, but I'll say with this movie, it could be genius if, I don't think I saw it in the trailer, didn't see any mention of it, if this film could actually pull off a PG. And here's why I say that. Mm-hmm. Because the fantasy nature of it, cartoonish violence, so you could back away from the PG-13, make it more of a family film, but people, young people that still see all the action and see it's kind of a comedy, could be kind of genius, and that it's PG, but it's something that the whole family could actually enjoy. You don't have to worry about, maybe it's a little bit too violent, or maybe there are some sexual innuendos that are, because could be kind of genius and actually stand to make the film a lot of money.
Yeah, it could.
It could. Who knows?
My fear would be, speaking from a more studio business standpoint, PG movies, you do an action movie or adventure movie as PG, typically people stay away from it.
Scares away the
preteens, and the teenagers are just like, I don't want to see that.
Yeah, that's a kiddie movie.
So you kind of have to do, I'm afraid you got to do the PG-13, but it can be marketed as it's a light PG-13.
Right.
It's one that, kind of like a Star Wars movie. It's like nowadays.
Sure, I get you.
You're okay taking your family to, because it's not going to be ridiculous, hard edge PG-13.
And that's the thing, I feel like because obviously they tried this, didn't go anywhere. They did not make a Masters of the Universe Part 2. It died.
Yeah.
If they play their cards right, and so I get your point. So skew it a little bit, throw in one or two cuss words or whatever
just
to make it
very
barely
light, and have a light sword play, and have character dying, off screen type of thing. Yeah, just a couple things to give it that PG-13
If you can
edge.
care enough to put the script through 3 or 4 drafts, you could launch a franchise.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
And don't doubt, even in the trailer,
trying.
it's like, experience the beginning of the story, how this person became this. It's like, the goal of any one of these movies is we want to launch a franchise. We want Masters of the Universe, He-Man's Revenge, or, whatever, to be the ongoing saga here. So, yeah.
And I don't think, which is also interesting and kind of a gamble. Well, I guess it's not a gamble, because they are looking for the young audiences who don't care about who's in the film.
Right.
Because they didn't do like Jared Leto. They didn't do Idris Elba.
They did not say the cast
They didn't throw up the cast. It's all like, nope, we are selling you on the idea of this film. Mm-hmm. So, interesting.
Well, look, they got a June 5th release date, right at the hot time of the summer. That's the big release month. I mean, they are putting their stake in the ground. They're like, nope, we're going to do this. We're going to see how this plays out. Is Amazon MGM Studios. So they, yes, they're releasing in theaters, but with it being Amazon behind it, they're going to try to accelerate this to get online streaming pretty quickly after theatrical.
Sure.
So they're trying to make a big push with this. We've trailers have started circulating and playing, so they're going for it.
I don't want to see,
you don't want to see anything
I don't want to see any other trailers.
No,
I like this. This is good enough. Gave me a taste.
Yeah. Although I do have to just comment, I actually loudly chuckled. I don't know if our editor will leave my chuckle in on top of the trailer, but when we see the gentleman who is He-Man on Earth, and he's at his desk job. His nameplate says his name, and it says he/him,
Right.
which I think that is hysterical. So,
Right.
that is genius
Right.
shot to put in there. Anyway,
Yeah.
for He-Man, obviously.
Sure.
Okay, so that is Masters of the Universe coming out June 5th. Yeah, I like I said, I'm very curious, and yes, I will look forward to watching it and hoping for the best because I do like a lot of the characters, the actors they've got in this. I like Idris Elba, I like Alison Brie, I like Kristen Wiig. Don't care for Jared Leto, but I'm interested in seeing his performance in this.
Right.
It looks like it may be voice only too, by the way.
It may
I don't.
be, yeah.
I mean, it seemed like his face was all pretty much CGI or heavy mask
Right.
usage. So it could just be a voice only performance for him. Don't know. We'll see. Okay, Chris, that's all the trailers I had to share with us today. So we're at the last part of our show. This is where Chris likes to give us a recommendation of a film that we ought to check out. And Chris, I'm going to turn it over to you. What do you have for us today?
So I am going to recommend a film, and I got to see this in the end of the year rush where we get to send a bunch of critics links. And this documentary I'd heard about, but I got a chance to see it. But I'm only now recommending it because it wasn't available. It's just now gotten to streaming. So
Sure.
now everybody can watch it instead of just like a movie critic. But it is Secret Mall Apartment. And it is exactly a documentary about what you'd think it would be. In 2003, 8 Rhode Islanders created a secret apartment inside a busy mall and lived there for 4 years, filming everything along the way. For more than a prank, the secret apartment became deeply meaningful. It was a deeply meaningful place for all those involved. So different artists, they were all kind of artists working together, and it's just a really interesting thing. They had lived in the community and seen kind of the gentrification that kind of happened in the area. And this mall is a giant behemoth mall.
Right.
And then to form like this little space where they could... So it's like performance art, but then there's much more to it than that. And this was before the day and age, 2003. So using cell phones and stuff, but like... just before people started documenting every single thing they were doing. So the fact that they have access to all this footage that they kept, because they kind of knew they were doing something unique,
Right.
just really made it interesting. And it's kind of the thing that I'm always into, people being very creative as artists and like the ideas they come up with. And I'm like, man, that's so genius. Like you hate the gentrification of this area. Oh, you know what? We're going to live inside the mall. Like this ultimate symbol of
Right.
corporate, stuff. So just
So it
genius.
actually had some social commentary to the film, a lot of it. Okay, all right. So it wasn't just let's just document this crazy experiment we're doing. There's some commentary involved in it, which is
And
good. Okay.
The artist, Michael Townsend, it does end up focusing more on him, but there are other artists involved. But just some of the art that the artists do outside of Secret Mall Apartment is also very interesting.
Okay.
So it is streaming on Netflix, and I recommend it.
Secret Mall Apartment on Netflix.
Yes.
Yeah, I know this is one we talked about, probably not on the show, but just offline last year, trying to look at ways to get access to that film at some point, and never got around to it. So happy to hear you got a chance to check it out and you're recommending it. So that's good. All right. Good deal. Well, that should wrap it up for today for everything we wanted to get done. We went through our checklist. We did our review of Send Help, both positive reviews. Very fun time at the movie theater. We were very enthusiastic about it. We had our trailers for I Love Boosters. Also very interested and excited, waiting for that to come out in May.
Yes, May 22nd.
May 22nd. 20-something. Yeah, May. And then we had Epic, Elvis Presley in concert, coming out in just a matter of 3 weeks now, February 27th. And then we had Masters of the Universe coming out June 5th. All three. I'm going to say, look, I'm interested in seeing all three at this point. So anxious to see what happens with these films. And then your recommendation of Secret Mall Apartment on Netflix to check out. All right, Chris, how do people contact us, talk to us if they have any feedback, questions, ideas, or thoughts about anything we talked about today?
You can send an email to info@footcandle.org. You can leave us a voicemail via the contact page on the mesh.tv website. You can follow us on Facebook at Foot Candle Film Society, Instagram, Threads, Blue Sky, we're at Foot Candle Film. Al and I are also on Letterboxd, where we attempt to track what we're seeing and leave quick takes. Do us a favor, if you enjoy the show, consider giving us a star rating, write a review, or share with friends on whatever service you receive your favorite podcast on, because it'll help us reach new listeners.
Yes, absolutely. Well, thank you all for listening. Catch up with what we're doing as a film society at footcandle.org to see what kind of screenings we have coming up for our Film Society members at any time given throughout the year. We got our Oscar party coming up on March 15th, so we need to make sure everybody's keeping that date open and come join us for that festivity that night. And then, also put in my little plug, come check out what we're showing at the New State Cinema at statecinemanewton.com is the website, and come join us to check out a movie at the movie theater too. So,
Alan, I fully expect if the New State Cinema gets a chance to show Epic, the new Baz Luhrmann film, that you will dress up as an Elvis impersonator in the lobby and welcome people.
I really should, shouldn't I?
I think you should.
Yeah, that would actually be cool. Yeah, I'm really excited. Neon was the one studio I did not have a relationship set up with until just recently.
Oh,
no,
okay,
I know.
Okay.
No, I've been trying for like months, like seriously since September. And I finally got somebody connected just last week. And I'm just like immediately like, must book this film. Like, please come send it to us. So I'm hoping February 27th, we will be showing Epic at the State Cinema here in Newton, and regaling the members of the Newton community with full color live action Elvis up on the big screen. So, yeah. All right. Thanks everybody for listening, and we'll look forward to talking to everybody next time. See you later.
See you in the ticket line.
Watch films in the company of like-minded people in the dark. Watch films in the underground. We won't let anyone know where you are. The films that don't make it to Carmike at the mall, or ones that were famous when Grandpa would watch films out of the reverence of the heritage of an art. Watch films through the courtesy of Foot Candle Film Society.
Special thanks to Carpal Tuller for the show theme music. For more about Carpal Tuller, visit www.carpaltuller.com. You've been listening to The Mesh, an online media network of shows and programs ranging from business to arts, sports to entertainment, music to community. All programs are available on the website as well as through iTunes and YouTube. Check us out online at themesh.tv. Discover other network shows and give us feedback on what you just heard.